So just a quick documentation. They've made this doorway situation for structure 2. It looks like there's a lot of finger swipes and wipes and stuff all along the now muddy ground, which we had some rain over the last couple of days. The log is still in there. Very cool. They've also filled in all of these holes with loose dirt where there were kind of steps. So all of those have been filled in. I'm wondering if they maybe don't want anyone coming into this one anymore, just because this doorway is kind of smaller. I don't know. You can see all this dirt. Oh, it's super loose compared to the compacted. So all of that has been filled in. Fascinating. I'm over at the altar in the cinder cone wall, and they've added new flowers. That's new. The purple one. I just came off trail right here because I found another root ball of a tree that fell. And then right here on the ground, we got this this weaving and bundling of this vine material. And it looks like this has been here for quite some time, but what is this, you know? Who did this? Who wrapped this up? This is beautiful, and this is super squatchy. I just don't see some human coming over here to do this and then to leave it, you know? It's really beautiful. And it's just right here. I guess we can do a little exploration and see if there's anything else around in this root ball. I can't really get over there, but this is these roots are really beautifully intertwined. This is a gnarly root ball. That's awesome. I'm here at this tree where we found that softball, all the way up in there, and that's like really high. I'm not sure who could have reached that to get that in there. But now it's on the ground, so I think I'm gonna pick it up and put it somewhere and see if it shows up somewhere else. So I just tossed it right there in this back little cave part of this tree. So it was right here on the ground, picked it up from there, and I just tossed it in there. So we'll see. Maybe it'll end up back up there. I don't know. There's that root system. This thing is magnificent. Woo! That is the lion's paw, for sure. What a cool tree. Up over where this burned log is, the socks are still in the same spot. Still in the same spot, and the shoe is still there. Still going strong. There's some interesting scratches in this log. I'm just noticing that now. Again, there's a 3 grouping. You know, I don't know who did this, but you know, the X's are so important to them. There's a lot of just interesting little marks. I've also been walking all over today, and I found some really like hardcore etchings, like scrapes in the concrete of straight lines. And I even went down to like touch them, and they're indented. So like whatever scraped across left these like gouges, and they're kind of all over the concrete in different areas. So I don't know what type of, you know, like machinery would have done that, but it was interesting. That's still left there. Carlos put that like that. Very interesting. Some interesting marks. So cool. I just made my way over to Twisted Sister. The twisted tree. This amazing tree. And right here is this little grouping of vines and roots and just a little cluster that's been placed on this log, you know? And I actually like came this way. I came down this way and I popped over the log and I saw it. I was like, well, they knew I was gonna be here. Here's some more of these scrape marks that are all on the ground. Don't remember seeing them before, and when I go to touch them, like, there's an indent. This white is because it's below the surface of all of the dirt. So these really hard scrapes across the ground I'm finding on all the concrete. And this was where the chalk was. You can see that the rain has taken away that Mother's Day chalk. And that's pretty cool. And the rock that was over there, that rock is gone. Or is it over here? It got moved. I don't know if this is the same rock. It might be. I think it is. Just some more documentation of these scratches along the concrete paths. along the edges. It's not like, you know, a piece of machinery that's been rolling down here. These are deep gouges. Hello! We are back at Tabor. This is my friend Christopher. Christopher saw some of my videos and he's super interested in checking out Mount Tabor. So I said, let's meet up. Let's go to Tabor and let's go see what we can find.
Here we are.
So here we are. We've already found some stuff, and we were up at the amphitheater. We haven't checked out the structures yet, but the last time I was here, I found other downed trees and root balls exposed. And when I came to one of the root balls last time, I found a bundle of, I think it's like maple vine, some sort of vine. And I moved that to a different location on the root ball just to kind of showcase, hey, I see it. I'm recognizing it. So that's where we're at right now. We're at this root ball and we got a response. Let me show you. It's reciprocal. Here we go. We've got an I and an X, the same that I find so many times, so often, all over the place. This is where we moved, or where I had moved the bundle. I had just moved it from one side of the root ball to this side of the root ball. And now, after bringing Christopher here, we find this, and this is all brand new plant material. This still has dew on it. It's brand new. Where is this even from? What kind of plant is this? I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is.
Either.
Yeah, that's
it's got
strange.
Seeds in it.
Yeah, it has seeds.
Yeah.
And then there's this beautiful slug. I'm not sure if he's dead or not.
No, he's alive.
He's alive? Okay, cool. So he's up there on the plants as well.
Munching away. Munching
away, enjoying life. And this still has dew.
Yeah.
It's that fresh.
Those little seeds.
It was that far,
cool.
or that close of time ago that this was pulled out. And what is this? If you know what this is, let me know. All right, that's awesome. So we're in here. We're inside structure 1. Here's this piece of wood. Here's this plant material that's just been placed in this hole. And I'm gonna say, I think these are finger holes. These are definitely being manipulated. This is different mud. So I'm gonna pull this out and see if there's anything in there. But we pulled this out, and here's this.
It's crazy.
And this is a manipulated by fingers situation. Little turdlet. And then,
hello.
Hello, how are you?
My friends turned this into a weapon shop.
Oh my goodness! Will you stop filming? Like, I don't remember seeing that big old bunch, so that bunch of leaves might have been placed there. I don't know if I should pull this out or not. Because they really, I mean, you can see the difference,
Yeah,
right?
that's packed in there.
It's packed in there. And when I found the egg, the Labradorite egg, it was in a hole that was like somewhere around here. It was underneath this. So that hole has been filled up. And literally, all of this is manipulated by fingers, okay?
Wow. And look at those scratch marks.
Yep, you got the scratch marks. Look at this. What's that? What's that just sticking in there like that? This one. That one's a root. That one's a root. But that one isn't. We have this shelf with little flowers. We have this rock right here. There's another shelf over here that has a little piece of wood on it. And then over here, this has also been created into a shelf system. This is so funny. And then we have this right here. And we have that. That's fresh material, right? So we have a lot of humans around here, but do you know any humans that go to a park and pick up grass and put it on different places? It's just not a human activity. Here's a little flower right there. And these shelf systems were created too. They pulled all of this out so that they could make this entire system. So I think this is all that we've got in here for structure 1. Let's go check out structure 2. All right, so I brought Christopher over to this tree that Renee and I found, or were drawn to. I think it was on the second time that we came out here. And I brought a pair with me, and I had left a pair right here, and I said it was for them. and I've got an apple. I brought 2 apples, and I wanted to leave this at this tree. We started walking down here, and I realized where we were. So we went off path and came over to the tree where I left the pear. And this was like a few weeks ago. So the pear's not there, but there's also no remnants of the pear. So it's interesting to me that the pear is gone without any fragments of the pear gone or left. You know, if a squirrel was eating it or something, you know, but whatever. It's gone. And this is where it was left. And as we walked up here, Christopher found this. And we've got a little crystal right here now. And here's these pieces of confetti or some sort. And then here's this. And I've seen this in the park before. And when I found it, I don't know if this is the one that I found, but when I did find it, I like placed it up on a piece of tree and hung it from there because it was so shiny and pretty. So now there's more of this material right here along with the crystal, which kind of looks like amethyst. It's got purple in it.
Yeah, it's definitely amethyst.
It's amethyst. Yeah. So this is sitting here. Here's this right here. And then I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh my gosh. Inner peace creates peace in the world. Inner peace creates peace in the world. I don't know if Renee put that there. I'm gonna, you know, as you investigate, you also double check. So I'm gonna ask her if she brought that. I don't know if she did. I don't remember her doing that. But this was right underneath here. We just pulled this out. Here is this. I'm gonna leave this and just kind of being here. Look at this. What's happening here? This was looped back in the arch. We were talking about arches before too, earlier, and this has been looped back in to that. We've got a glyph over here, and this is my name. This is a glyph that I will use. I use the A, and then I also use an A and a Y. And we have an A on the ground here, and that's beautiful. And again, I can't say for certain that a Sasquatch left that rock there. I certainly can't. I didn't see who put it there. I can only speculate. But when you start putting all the pieces together of how you're communicating, how you're connecting, and then how you are getting responses back, how many times can you say it's a human? How many times can you say it is a coincidence? How many times can you chalk it up to any of those things that are just purely naturalistic? Because we're not in a naturalistic world, we're in a supernatural world, and supernatural things happen outside of human influence or design. And they are reaching out. They have been. But the concentrated effort of them reaching out is hitting some boiling points. And that's beautiful. And it means that our future is beautiful, even more beautiful, because we get to co-create with these beings who love and care and appreciate this world so much. And they get to teach us how we get to appreciate this world even more, and to appreciate our connections to each other and to them. And they do this without even presenting themselves, you know? It's not a sit down, let me tell you everything you need to know. It is a beautiful guidance from afar. And I'm getting shivers right now all on my skin because I think they're here. And they are. They're with us all the time. So I will gladly and beautifully and wonderfully and gratefully, graciously take this from my heart. Thank you so much for this. And I leave you an apple, and we'll take this too, because inner peace creates peace in the world. So here is another stick with some tape wrapped around it, and this, we found that a lot throughout the park, kind of in random places, but this isn't really random. This is a big circle on the ground, made of branches around this tree right here in the center.
It's a cedar.
A cedar. So this area, you know, it's right off of the main path, but you see all of this broken apart pieces. They'll shred pieces of
Yeah.
branches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's this pile right here, and just kind of how these things are placed. Yep. Everything's placed exactly where they want it placed. Yeah, I love this spot. They did it over here too.
It's very. These aren't bad to handle.
Oh, really?